actually think it's pretty accurate. I don't know if Brady will ever own the facial hair like Brees will.
No, but this is not 2021. This is like 2041, right?
We got some time, for sure. In the meantime, this is going to be fun this weekend as they play for the third time. If you think we've never seen a matchup like this one before, you're right, because according to Elias, this Tom Brady-Drew Brees matchup marks the first time in history that the top two career leaders in touchdown passes will meet in the playoffs. No starting quarterback has owned the divisional round like Tom Brady. The six-time Super Bowl champ has won 8 straight and 13 overall division games, and that's 6 more than the next closest quarterback. 6 more. And that guy is Joe Montana. How about that? But Brees could have the upper hand in this one. His Saints outscored the Bucs by 46 points in their 2 regular season wins. That's the highest differential for any team entering a third meeting against an opponent in a single season. Both former MVPs. Let's hear from both of them. Here's Drew Brees.
When Tom Brady signed with the Bucs, and I knew that he was coming to our division, I envisioned this game because I knew our aspirations as a team to be in the playoffs and beyond. And I certainly knew what he was bringing to the Bucs and that talented roster.
He's a lot younger than me. I mean, he's 18 months older than me, so 18 months younger. 18 months ago, I felt pretty good. So I've got a little advanced age on him and experience. But I'm hanging in there. Think so much of him as a person, as a player. And, I know what it takes to do what he's doing. He knows what it takes to do what I'm doing. And I think there's just a lot of mutual respect.
Respect and so many compelling storylines. For more on the Brady-Brees showdown, let's bring in Louis Riddick and Marcus Spears. And Louis, we know the Saints, of course, swept the regular season series, but now the Buccaneers have a chance to redeem themselves when it matters the most, and they've got Tom Brady under center. What does Tampa need to do this time to make it work?
Well, I don't think there's any question that they have to protect Tom Brady much better than they did in the previous 2 matchups. In the previous 2 matchups, he was sacked 6 times, and he was pressured numerous other times, and a lot of those pressures led to interceptions, of which he threw 5 in those first 2 games. And that's really what the game hinged upon. It hinged upon the front 7 of the Saints defense just absolutely terrorizing him, both off the edges, particularly his blind side, and then over left guard as well, or up the middle, which is really the blueprint for disrupting Tom Brady anyway. We've known that ever since he's been in the league. If they can shore up those 2 things, make sure he stays clean and Tom protects the football, then they'll have a much better chance of winning. But he wasn't able to do that in those first 2 games. So that's the number 1 and number 2 thing they're going to try and do to him to see if he has an answer for him.
Absolutely. Lou is absolutely right. Another thing I would throw into the mix here for Tampa, obviously, is the rapport now. Like, you think about a team in the last matchup that lost 38-3. That was a 3-turnover game for Tom Brady. But you've seen this offense get to clicking, and they must appreciate a run game in this game. Like, it has to be a part of it. Lou mentioned the pressures and the sacks. That's because they were teeing off. Obviously, no risk it, no biscuit. Having Tom Brady drop back and wait for receivers to uncover down the field, that's not going to be the way to go against this defense. They need to get Leonard Fournette involved early and often, and at least put into the minds of the Saints defense that they will challenge them at the line of scrimmage as far as running the football in order to open up some of those things downfield and make Brady more comfortable, and also give this offensive line a little bit of help and more time to keep Brady clean.
All right, Marcus Lewis, hang tight. Kevin with more now on the AFC.
No risk it, no biscuit. Appreciate that. The Chiefs are coming off a bye, getting ready for the Browns. Interesting backstory. Baker Mayfield hosted Patrick Mahomes on his visit to Texas Tech. And they would later face off against each other when Mayfield transferred to Oklahoma. That 2016 game featured over 120 passes, nearly 1,300 passing yards, 12 touchdown passes between the two. Oklahoma won 66-59. This weekend's winner advances to the AFC Championship game.
Obviously, it's cool to get to play against him in such a big game in the playoffs and everything like that. Knowing him for a long time, since I was a senior in high school, and to be able to play on this stage it's going to be special. And I mean, he went to Oklahoma, went to Texas Tech, so he got the better of me in college. So I'll try to do my best to win in the NFL.
It's always fun to play, friendly competition, playing against people you're familiar with. He's got me so far in the league, so you got to see what I can do.
Mahomes and the Chiefs, they posted the best record in the league and could be the first repeat champs since the Patriots back in 2003-2004. Through Mahomes' 5 playoff starts, Kansas City has scored at least 30 in each of them. The Elias Sports Bureau telling us that's the highest team points per game by a starting quarterback since 1950. Let's bring back Lewis and Marcus. Marcus, Dan Orlovsky's going to be listening. If the Browns are going to pull off the upset in Kansas City, what needs to be their blueprint this weekend?
Absolutely. Look, Chubb and Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb need to both go over 100. That's number one. But here's the thing nobody's talking about, because we've gotten enamored with the offensive line from the Cleveland Browns and the way that they can run the football. Baker Mayfield has stepped into the ring and went toe-to-toe as far as drives and pushing the ball downfield in order to get into the end zone. We saw him go back and forth with Lamar Jackson when they played the Baltimore Ravens. We saw Stefanski and him dial it up against the Tennessee Titans. And then against the Pittsburgh Steelers, when they realized that they were in the lull and they were trying to preserve a win, and then Van Pelt immediately switched and